Once upon a time, in a land far, far away called Hematopia, there lived a little red blood cell named Sickle.
Sickle looked a bit different from all of the other red blood cells at school, and so Sickle was often made fun of and bullied by the other cells. Sickle always felt like he would never be good enough because he looked different.
Not only did Sickle look different, but he was not as strong as the other cells, and in turn was not as good at Olympic sports.
One day, a terrible event happened in Hematopia. The plasma was invaded by the evil malaria. Malaria was coming to invade all of the land and destroy all of its inhabitants.
On these days, Sickle was at school. It was lunchtime, and all the cells were playing outside. When malaria showed up, he charged at the first group of students he saw, which happened to be the bullies. The bullies were terrified because they did not have any weapons with them to defend themselves.
Sickle was, of course, hanging out all by himself on the other side of the field. He saw malaria approaching the bullies and could not help but feel like he had to do something. But he did not have a weapon either. All of a sudden, Sickle noticed something shiny appear in the bush. It was a sword!
Sickle grabbed the sword and flew over to protect the bullies and fight malaria.
Sickle stopped malaria from destroying all of Hematopia. He was the savior of the century. All of the bullies were so grateful for Sickle and were so sorry that they had been mean to him.
You know, Sickle, you're actually the strongest and bravest of us all. You saved us all from dying.
That day, the bullies learned that they should not judge a blood cell by its looks. Just because someone looks different does not make them inferior. Besides, Sickle was much braver than any of them and was the only one able to protect the land from malaria. Everyone has their strengths and weaknesses. The bullies may be physically stronger and able to lift more oxygen weights, but Sickle was able to save everyone from the intruder. From that day on, Sickle and the rest of the little blood cells lived happily ever after.
The end.